Hey everybody, Rodamon here. Thanks for tuning in to Kenshi, Birth of a Hive. So last episode we got a little bit of a rescue attempt underway, and now we're down here in the Flats Lagoon looking for things to do, I suppose. So what I'm actually going to end up doing is heading west to some ruins. I'm looking for a mix of some fights and just generally stuff to do. So we are all going to follow Ron here. I'm just making sure everyone's in tow, and they are. Perfect. And we'll be venturing westward. I'm not really all that interested in heading any more east, truth be told. Oh, and here is a big thing, almost certainly. Oh no, land bats. Some more land bats. Okay. There was a bit of a request to leave the full info combat on, which shows you what got hit and where it got hit, resistances and stuff like that. So I'll leave that so that we can see the full data. Alright, now let's go ahead and... I'm going to leave the teeth intact because I don't need to be looting teeth, but I will take the leather and foods. Looks like we're all set, ready to go. And I'm going to try to keep camping to a minimum. I do know that you all probably don't want to watch me camp incessantly, so I will keep it, like I said, to an absolute minimum. Camp only when I absolutely need to. When there's too many people downed to not. So over here, we got some nomads that are actually in need of assistance, so I'm going to go help out. I would not want these nomads to die. They've not been cruel to me, so why be cruel to them? Oops, that is looting you. Alright, here we go. First aid. Patching up your head. This also levels up my first aid skill, so that's not a terrible thing to level up. And then, of course, there's the big thing loot as a result. And I know the nomads aren't going to take it, so it will be the fee for medical attention. I suppose we could take all of it. There's probably more creatures than that, but I don't care to waste any more time. So what I am headed towards, what I am interested in, is trying to find some ancient tech, or not tech labs, but just ancient labs, ancient libraries, ruin libraries, I guess I should call them, in order to sort of fuel the amount of research books that I have. Because at this point, there are not a whole lot left to be sold. Now there is an interesting store down in Black Scratch that is a giant library, but there's really no point in going there until we have a giant pile of money. So I guess another thing I'm going to be doing is building up a giant pile of money. Now instead of bringing out my Kenshi map and sort of just cheesing my directions around, because I don't actually have all of the ruin libraries memorized, I am just going to bushwhack my way there. And if it's not a library, either we loot it or we move on. Now there's a few facilities I do want to avoid, because they have some ramifications, like the reprogramming facility. If you know what it does, you'll full understand why a hiver would not want to enter there. But here we go. We are at the lab number 2. Alright. Well, that sounds like a good ruin to poke into. I think I recall what this is, but I'm not entirely certain. And let me go ahead and slow down time. Now, before I go any further, I want to check in on the people over here. There was a beast trader that came in and wanted to talk to us. The funny thing is, I gotta say, I don't really see that he has any beasts for sale. He does not. They probably died in transit, which is, to me, kind of funny. Alright, so Meat Pants, you're going to be put back on work here, and everyone else is going to follow you. We're following him just for the sort of athletic skill. So for right now, he says he has nothing to do. Wheat straw output is full. So you know what we could do? if it's full, is, how's the grog? Grog is probably full as well, so let's get someone with a proper backpack. Jert, it will be you. And empty out the grog so that we can make more. And that will reduce the amount of wheat straw we have. Alright. Grog has some pretty good resale value. It's worth a whole lot more than just the junk we've been selling mostly. So now, Meat Pants and Skith actually have work to do back here. And we'll just keep following. Resnick, what are you up to? You're just standing around looking tough, I suppose. You could put your bandages away. We don't need those first aid kits. And if you're standing around, Snowy, let's go ahead and craft up some additional hiver heavy plate armor. Or actually, you know what? We really need helmets. So let's do the samurai helmets for the defensive bonus. And then Resnick, we'll have you leather craft. Oh, it says out of resource. Oh, that is entirely not true. There. Perfect. Alright. The home team is back to being productive. Now what I want to do here is have everyone on hold. Or on hold, rather, not block. Now some people are teleporting down because it's possible that... okay, nothing needs to be fixed. I thought the pathing was broken, but apparently not. So Beep, Ron, Red Rain, and Thorns, you're going to be the initial tanks here. And then Queen Hella Frenchie, you're going to be the Rangers. I am going to poke in here with maybe Beep. And we are going to start to actually clear some of these buildings. So this has security spiders inside, which are like amped up versions of the regular spiders. They're very, very challenging. They're very, very difficult to kill. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing here. Is trying to take these things out. Now I think, just for everybody's safety, initially what I'm going to be doing is kiting them. Oh, Hella just got hit to the leg. Because, well, let's see. Let's check their stats. Yeah, they're pretty hardy, and I don't want to die. So let's go ahead and actually back out of this tower. I'm going to go around one more cycle and try to lure them out into the open where it'll be a little bit easier to take them out. I'm going to line my crossbow people up so they don't harm one another. And get my best tankers, just the people that have the most health or armor, to take the damage here. So as you can see, I get hit pretty hard. That's about 70 damage almost. Now the loot tables for these guys are a little bit different than their Iron Spider brethren. They have skeletal muscles and more electric components than the ones we're used to. And this is sort of how I want to do this fight. Yeah, it's a little cheesy at first, but I won't continue the just like only fighting them from ranged. Another thing I'm curious about is, do I have anyone that has meds other than... No, I don't. Okay. I was sort of curious if there was a non-crossbowman that had meds. Ron here is going to be set to block. Oh, there it goes down one. And another. Doing very careful, specific damage. If you hit certain parts in a row, you definitely get a deactivate, which is what just happened with us. So Red Rain and Thorns are just about at capacity. I'm going to take my crossbow people off hold. Alright, and there's still, of course, more loot, but I have to figure out who has the carry capacity for more iron plates. Our base is somewhat starved for iron plates, so that part is true, so I would want to make sure to grab what I can. Alright, as long as we're faster than 21 miles an hour, which is Ron's speed, we can be free to loot. Alright, so acid, someone encumbered. Queen's not going to do it, though. Hella can carry some of these, for sure. She's got a lot of carry weight. There's also some blood spiders in the neighborhood, so I'm sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place, dealing with blood spiders on the ground and security spiders inside. It's just spider life in here, you know? Alright, so now that we've cleared first floor... Oh, there's still one left in the first floor. That's good to know. Alright, so here's what I'll do. I'm gonna, again, lure it out. This time, Beep and... No, Muhammad is already hurt. Knave is hurt. Acid and Louis. They're going to be the tanks, and then the ranged are going to be the same. Alright, Beep, you're going to be set to block. And just right-clicking on it is usually enough. Frenchie Queen Hella, don't go anywhere. And Beep's weapon is particularly heinous against robots. Which is why he's set to block. Another reason. Ooh, Frenchie just got clocked real bad in the head by friendly fire. Come on, Spider. This spider is a little, frustrating. Alright, Beep got hit in the chest. Here we go. Here's the fight. Ooh, Louis just took a really bad hit to the left arm, so I'm going to have Louis back up. Beep, you're going to taunt. Alright, and it is deactivated. Acid taking the brunt of that. Now, the reason why I could just keep backing up over and over and over and never letting it get close to me, but the reason why I am sort of insisting in it attacking me is it does eventually level up my toughness, which is an important trait to have when you want to be able to fight harder and longer, all that jazz. Alright, so Beep got hit. Acid and Louis are going to sit this next one out. Now, if I was really trying to min-max it, I would also stack all of the really strong armor on the person that's going inside. So that was floor number 1. And that's all the spiders on floor number 1. Now, there's no loot on floor number 1, but there's going to be loot on floor 2 and 3. So floor 3 seems to have just one singular spider, and floor 2 has 2 of them. And all I got to do to get it aggroed with me is just sort of right-click it on a floors up. So Thor, Ches, and Troller Sauce are going to be my my attackers this round. Everybody else is going to just take a step back. The reason why is I don't want... it's set up for attack slots 3, and I don't really want the spiders to get any more hits than 3 hits. Alright, let's drag them on out. Because I also have outdoor weapons, and I don't want to suffer indoor penalties, which is another reason to drag these spiders outside. I also have to be careful because Troller Sauce, for instance, has a critically bad left arm. And I don't want to risk amputation. So anytime anyone gets really low on health, I will throw another person into the mix. So Queen, let's go over there and patch them up. I'm going to have to find someone that has some carry weight. Actually, Red Rain has some carry weight. for the regular plates. And for the electrical components. Now, a lot of this stuff I will be able to sell. Thorns, you can grab these skeletal muscles. Rage, you have some carry weight for the plates. Alright, now, quick health check. Chaz and Thor need some love. So Hella and Frenchie, go heal them up. Rage, Ray, and Singhealy, you guys are up next. As you can imagine, this is why I'm really being careful. It would be very, very, very easy for a hiver to lose their life against these security spiders. They're particularly tough. But if I can take out security spiders, that also sort of indirectly means that I should be able to start to clear the main island. So what I have been saying to some people in comments, they were sort of questioning, when do I think I'm going to be ready for the main island? I think I'm going to be ready for the main island when I have a really good arms and armor that are good against, you know, the security spiders. Alright, so down comes another one, and then we just have one left. And all the loot of these tech labs are all second floor. That's where you're going to find it. So Queen, you're going to have to take a step back. You're going to get shot from friendly fire if you don't. Out comes this spider. And this time I have, I've got Red Rain and Thorns at the ready to guard. So Singhealy just took a crippling hit. Rage is running into some serious trouble. Ooh, Rage actually just lost an arm. Sometimes when the, as you can see here, when the spider just constantly combines attacks one after one another, they don't relent. And that's why having incredibly good armor and meds is absolutely necessary. Because what happened to Rage is a perfect example of what is dangerous for me. It only took a hit or two, and he lost an arm. Says he's dying, but he's not. He's just very bloody. Alright, Ray, you have some carry weight. You can carry all of it. Alright, the other issue is, of course, it wouldn't be safe to put him in a bed just yet, because I would only be able to, well, I'll show you. Beds can't be really made on structures like this. It's too close to another building, but a bed down here also runs the risk of blood spiders. And I need people to stay close by. So we're going to go back to the original lineup. Thorns, Ron, and Red Rain. With the shooters ready to shoot. Yes, this would be incredibly difficult to do without long-range weapons. Alright, Frenchie, get over here. Also, this is not like an armory, this is a full-on tech lab, if I am not mistaken. And this is one of the harder labs to clear. Now, I have cleared everything up to the top floor, so I could loot the the first floor, or middle floor, or whatever you want to call it, if I wanted to. But oh, everyone else here seems to be pointing outwards towards potentially blood spiders. Maybe not. All right, gals and guys. Out it comes. Another thing we can do is to fan out so that this spider here is not facing all three meleeers at once. So we can't just pin them down and smack all 3 of them. And down that one goes. Yeah, no, there's something out in the swamp. It's this blood spider. Red Rain, would you be so kind as to go chomp chomp? And then we need find someone to carry this security spider's loot. Now, it said Rage was dying, but he's not. Oh, Ron wants to get in on this too. I'm going to tell everyone to hold. I'm just sending Red Rain. It should be just 1 bite. Down he goes. Yep, it's just dead. Skip the whole injured phase. Alright, so now we've looted all the security spiders. We've cleared out the bottom floor. This bottom floor here, I can just tell you from experience, having played Kenshi before, we're really not going to find a whole lot. Alright, so as you can see, we're just going to pick up Rage so we don't leave him out on the balcony. And we owe him an arm. Now, the beautiful thing is, of course, I'm really close. As soon as I get home, I'll be making Hive prosthetics, so an arm we shall have. But I'll just show you that the bottom floor here is essentially worthless for loot. Funny enough, Queen and Pharaoh got bounced through the wall. So yeah, food items, it's totally empty. Really any other storage container you find down here is just going to be empty. But the second floor is where the action's at, or some of the action. So you got old research benches, but I've never ever found stuff in them. So barring any mods that I'm running, they should also be empty. Storage for electricals. More electricals, but they are always pretty much empty as well. 1 or 2. Most of the good loot is on the top floor. And again, research bench. I'm just doing this. I know that they're empty or have just like 1 loot item, but I want to just prove it so that you can't say, oh, but you didn't check. Alright, here's the top floor. Here's the money. Every now and then you'll see a chest in this area, but actually, you know what? Hella needs to get up here. Queen is really not going to be able to crack open most of these boxes. Hella's the one with the lockpicking skill. Alright, so here's a metal box. And we have another ancient science book. Brilliant. Now you have to check each one of these separate. Research blueprints to an ancient safe. Cool. That's obviously modded in. I have no idea what that is. Ancient barriers and a first aid kit. Sounds good to me. Alright. Now this safe here I can't open at all. I don't have the tools or whatever. Or the skill. Splint kit. I'm going to have Sangheili and Minus come rendezvous to help carry the weight. Let's pop open another box. So you'll just take the splint kit. This box has tools. Good. So with tools, I'm going to give that to Minus. Minus, you're going to use tools to open the safe while I continue to loot. Med kits. Nope, nope. General storage box has a little bit. Give that to Sangheili. Alright, that's just one big box, I guess. Yeah. Here's another metal box. Ancient Broken Dome blueprint. Oh, but I have to get closer to use it. And this ancient safe I can spring open with my lockpicking. And here we go. Here's something else that's really wonderful. So we got power cores that are worth a whole lot. They're also not too heavy, so it should be easy to take some of them, or all of them. Now the generator cores are super heavy, so that's a whole different matter. I'm not going to interrupt the cutting that Minus is queuing up. Troller sauce, let's get you. Oh, and actually, you're pretty much encumbered or slow. Ches, you've got carry weight. And we're going to be walking away from this this lab here with good and plenty. All right, Hella, go pick up thorns. I need thorns on the top floor. Oh, that was trading with him. I meant pick them up. So the one that Minus is cutting open obviously has the bulk of the loot, but there's still loot to be had. So the generator cores, I'm just going to start ditching these foul meat. It's not worth much. There we go. Ditch a whole lot of foul meat. And then Queen. Looks like we have a lot of hungry people, so I'm going to put food in Queen's backpack because I don't think the bone dogs are really sharing their food. So, everyone back down on the bottom floor. Except for Hella. Hella, you're not done springing things open. So all of these little boxes here also potentially have loot. I still somehow need to find someone that has space. Red Rain, let's start dumping foul food as well. So Hella, go pick up Red Rain. And Queen, you can drop thorns. Thorn still has a little bit of space, but we'll use Red Rain's space for now. Here we go. And most of this stuff is just sort of junk I'm going to sell, but some of it here and there is actually worth something. Actually, Hella, just free up your inventory space trading with Red Rain. Let's stack the plates. Alright, so Red Rain's just about full up. Just Jenga things in here. Alright, perfect. And now Hella has a lot of space to just grab what she wants. We'll grab tools and more tools because, you know, cutting. You never know when you're going to need to cut. More meds. And a bunch of books. Good. Those books, awesome find. You don't often find them in random boxes, but when you do, it's a good day. Alright, so this metal box is locked, but not for long. A bunch of burned books. That's too bad. So I'm just going to double-click through all these. Oh, here we go. Here's something I didn't find. Ancient crates. Research that as well. Make sure I don't miss anything, because missing something could be really vital. Obviously, there's a lot of loot. Now, these generators here don't have anything in them, even though you think they would, like fuel or something, because it does look like they're on. I'll show you. They just empty. And, yeah, at this point, we're just waiting for this safe to be popped open. This safe is 84 level lock, which is beyond anyone's capacity to pick. Suppose it doesn't hurt to... she's a little encumbered. I was going to say, grab some of the food back, but... not if it encumbers us. So we do have a bunch of backup tools in case we need to cut something in the future, which is good. Alright, Pharaoh, you are almost the slowest person here, so I gotta be careful not to encumber you. Alright, Minus did cut through that safe. And even more science books and CPU units, which are really expensive, and then the repair kits, which are also really expensive. So Red Rain, come over here. Oh, Red Rain can't move it all, not even an inch. All right, we'll pick him up. He was sort of stuck. 19 ancient science books. That's a huge haul. If you don't have a point of reference, all I gotta tell you is that's like awesome and insane. Alright, Rage is conscious. That's good. Now I gotta figure out someone that has carry weight and space. Ray has a little bit, so I'll send him up. We are gonna be like a treasure galleon, like loaded full of wealthy stuff. So Minus has some space, and he was standing right here. So he might be able to take... Yeah, he's able to take the rest. Alright, now we're in the land of nasty spiders and the like. So I gotta be careful. Pharaoh, drop Red Rain. And let's check move speed. See if anyone has any leg injuries that we have to heal up. Otherwise, I'm just going to go to a town. No, we don't have any leg injuries. So what I am going to need to do is be really, really, really careful as to what I run into. Because we are quite wounded. Now, we do have some... Okay, I run into a giant swarm of blood spiders. Let's just run out of that. Is this a dead end? Yes, it is a dead end. Because, yeah, we have a lot of hurt people, but I didn't want to break for camp. Because it's much easier to not camp. I'll try to just use town beds. It does cost money, but the amount of money that I'm about to yield from this ancient lab hit will make up for it. There's another swarm of blood spiders there, but blood spiders are really nasty and swarmy, but they don't move too fast. They move at 12 miles an hour. So, as you can see, the slowest person we have is like 21. That does allow some wiggle room for maneuvering around them. And the closest city was Shark here, in the heart of these swamps. I said I'd never be back, and I was so dearly wrong. And we're going to try to get there without swimming too much, because I have a bad feeling about swimming. So we're heading here to sell some stuff, and then to rust up in some traditional beds, for speed's sake. Oh, swamp. Well, no attacks have threatened to attack us anytime lately, which is kind of nice. And we got our first real taste of security spiders, which is sort of what there is to come from spelunking into the larger island. So at this hour, it's 2 in the morning. I think our best bet is to just take a break and do a little bit of healing here. So I'm just going to sequentially have people rest. My bone dogs don't need it. And this shouldn't take very long because we have extraordinarily high speed recovery. And I'll just leave it on accelerated time. So there, as you may have noticed, there's definitely a case for really, really powerful armor and hiver-based chainmail to protect limbs, legs, and arms from being damaged. Now, if Rage's hits were to his head, chest, or stomach instead of a left arm, he'd be dead instead of one-armed. Same with Little Light, when Little Light lost his arm. So I'm actually down 2 left arms. And if I check the tech tree here to crafting, Hiver Arms is 4 ancient science books. And that only unlocks economy arms, which aren't very good. The robotics tree is very, very expensive, in other words. Well, there's a Drifter Prince here, Mortez. I'll give him a talk. Oh, I know what he says. Never mind. Oh, he wants to be hired by me, and he's a... Sure. Hi, Mortez. I wasn't expecting to bring on a Hiver Prince, so I gotta figure out what to name him. You, my friend, are gonna be Delirious. And you said you were a cook, so yeah, you are indeed good at cooking, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's what you have to do. Alright, Mortez here, or Delirious I should say, is just going to hang around and I am going to put you on block, passive, and hold, all the trifecta of stay out of combat, because we've gone above our 20-person limit. Alright, pretty much everybody minus Singhili is all healed up. But we do have a crazy amount of trade goods to sell, so that's another thing I'm here to do. Alright. Barman, I already know that, so let's move on. I'm just going through everybody one by one, selling off the stuff I won't want to keep. And then the barman can't afford anything else. The shopkeeper. Alright, so that's a shop that I'm going to want to interact with when it's open, but there is another bar here. It's over here. Now that one over there is the Dancing Skeleton. It's sort of a named bar, it's a landmark. This is just a bar. But there seems to be another Hive Prince to recruit. I actually am not even sure if there is a Hive Prince on my list queued up. Let me check real quick. No, I don't think so. Oh, you're the casino dealer. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to sell anything to you. You won't only gamble with him. And you're the adventure headhunter. I'll talk to you. Send hivers. Here's your money. And at this rate, I think we just need to wait. Whoa, we are getting attacked by probably the odd blood spider. Yep. Beep was jumped, but not hurt that badly. Yeah, these things died pretty quick. We're going to have to wait till sunrise to actually... oh, well, no, the stores are already open. Again, I take it back. How goes things? I was attacked by spiders and all sorts of other things. Alright, going through the list. Frenchie... Red Rain. I'm going to sell the skeletal muscle. Well, soon I'll be making Hiver Robot. No, I'm going to sell the muscles. So soon we'll be making Hiver Robotics, and the muscles are required, but they are also in the process of manufacturing them for the robotics. We will also level up, so there's a reason to not keep them and use them. Let's go to the travel store. Our money's looking a little healthier now. They have ninja rags and long coats. Selling wooden backpacks, ninja pants, which is good for stealth. I'm going to buy those ninja pants for Seiko. They also have masks that I'm going to buy, but not for Seiko, just for when we want to go into the fog. And then let's jump down to our... Okay, now here's the question. The generator cores sell for a ton of money, but they're also very, very heavy. Now, I did say I was never going to strength train with them, and I think I'm going to stick with that promise. So, I know it looks like I kept them, but I do plan on selling them. But we just spent that store out of money. Here's a smithy. They ought to have some money. I'm, like, bankrupting this entire town with my purchases. Alright, let's trade. And you have sabers, ring sabers, hold sabers, all for sale. And I'll buy the blueprints. which is going to cost a lot of money, and then you should have a lot of money as a result to buy my stuff. So it's barter. Ooh, CPU units. Yeah, that's pretty expensive. So in the interest of gaining knowledge and technology, I will also buy the Merc leather armor, even though I'm probably never going to craft it. Doesn't hurt to know it. Alright, and we have bankrupted yet another vendor. That was a weird noise. Is there... Oh, it's river raptors. Are there any additional shops here? That's a residence. There might be like a... Oh, here's a big shop. I don't have to do all my trading here, but I'm already here. Might as well. Now this is very expensive. The advanced outpost blueprints. I'll buy it. Swamp platforms, sure. Containers. Oh, containers was already known, so I'll sell it back. They also have a whole lot of iron plates that I would love to get my hands on, but first things first, selling off the AI cores. I'm up to 72 grand. The animal skins are going to weigh less than the plates here, so what I'm going to do is, before I leave this town, I would like to buy their plates, but I need to hand off some gear, or hand off some leathers to other people. So let's go through the list here and see if anyone has some particularly decent carry weight. Not really. We are very much at our capacity on just about everyone. Except for Delirious, who has an execute item that I'm just throwing away. Alright, so that means Red Rain. We'll give the trader backpack to Delirious and load him up with some leathers so that we can free up space for more plates. He is going to be the slowest character out of everyone because he's brand spanking new, so I got to be careful not to encumber him, or I'm going to be moving really, really slow. And then Red Rain, now that you did that, buy some more plates. Alright, we bought every single plate they owned, and we still have plenty of money left over. Perfect. Alright, everybody follow Delirious. And Delirious, you're going to take us out of this swamp. And I really hope you level up athletics quick, because we're going to have to pass through... Basically, to get home, I have to decide whether I want to contend with Holy Nation or the Shrieking Bandits. And I think I'm going to go Shrieking Bandits, but there's some combat over here. What's going on? Swamp Ninjas? Oh, Band of Bones. Alright. Band of Bones against Swamp Ninjas. Fun stuff. Now, knowing I basically have no weight capacity, it doesn't make sense to stop for swamp turtles or really any fights whatsoever, unless I just want to fight the fight for the sake of fighting. I could probably finagle a few more pieces of loot into my bags, but not without a reasonable amount of effort, is sort of my thinking. And I'm pretty eager to get home and start to make replacement limbs for the people who have lost limbs. Queen knows how it feels to have lost a limb, and doesn't want anyone to suffer that for oh, everyone come back. We sort of got ahead of ourselves and got all split up. Sometimes when you have it on really quick speed, you can walk on water briefly until the zone fully acknowledges that you should probably be swimming. That's what happened, is Delirious started walking on water, and then the game caught up and was like, oh no, you're swimming now. Sort of Wile E. Coyote style. seems like a particularly terrible path to take, this road. There we go. We're almost out of the swamp now. Doing a quick, yep, alright, everybody's with us. Sometimes I just do a drag box and make sure that everyone's portraits are highlighted to make sure that no one has fallen behind. And I'm going to go home the way of the east path, meaning, no, actually, let's just go west. It's a little faster, and I think by the time I get there, I'll be, ooh, but you know what? I know I said I wasn't going to look for any fights, but, slavemonger. They do not deserve to live. They're yelling at me with, like, anger or whatever. They're like, what? You attacked us? It's like, yeah, I attacked you guys. You're slave mongers. Ambushed by the road. Now, someone like Rage here, who's one-armed and does not have a one-hander, is stuck just punching. Some weapons require two hands. And his, for instance, does. So let's take a look at the damage that was dealt. Muhammad, a little bit. Really, I would say Hela's chest is probably the most hurt so far. Maybe Red Rain's as well. Thor's chest. But mostly superficial damage. Alright, following Delirious. Oh, Delirious went up ahead. Sure. He's the slowest, so everyone else can catch up. And yeah, like, I'm sure there's some loot to be had on these unconscious slave traders. In fact, Queen, would you be so kind as to execute them? It's too bad there's no, like, execute animation of plunging my sword, my Meito ninja blade, into their chests. But, I'm not here for the cats of the execution. I'm just here because they're enemies of the state and deserve to die. Alright, well, off we go. The world has just a few fewer slave-mongers now. And I'm okay with this. Oh yeah, walk on air. This is because the zone is loading in. Alright, there we go. Switch back in. Oh, someone's getting attacked up there. It's just Garu that have turned, I guess. I think. Yeah. It's not all that serious. But I will have Delirious move to a rally point where everybody can regroup in one big group. Because if you run around like this, where everyone is all spread out, it's going to be really, really easy for you to lose someone. For someone to stop and you not even realize it. So that's not all that's chasing me. There's also some dust bandits that are hot on my tail. Maybe that's actually who was attacking me and not even the Garu. The Garu are just like following me. I'm not entirely sure, but when I moused over them, they weren't red. So we're waiting on Thor. Thor, why are you slow? Oh, Delirious is almost faster than you now. Yeah, this Garu is trying to murder us. I have no idea why. Sometimes they just get pissed. Not that I did anything to them. They're just pissed. But now we're in the land of big things. And this annoying Garu that won't leave me alone. Hella Frenchy Queen. Hang back a second and just take shots. It's still chasing the bulk of the group. I'm just trying to cripple it enough so it leaves me alone. Alright, Delirious. Onward. Still trying to chase down Thorns. I could just turn around and just stomp it. Why don't I do that? I'm just gonna have the Bone Dogs do what Bone Dogs do. Garu's dead. It really isn't hard to kill Garu for this group anymore. Alright, So this was the... Oh, big things. There's 3 of them. Where there's 3, there's often more. I'm not going to be able to run away from this, so I'm just going to have everyone attack. And then any leg injuries I suffer, I'll patch up. So seeing Healy's unconscious, but alive. Looks like there's a nest here. I didn't want to clear out a nest. I had no intention of clearing out a nest. What I should be doing is looting a token item off the 3 that I've already killed. Just to finish them off. Recall everybody. Oh, no, they're really coming after me. Oh, and a gorilla. Okay, it's time to fight. Gorillas are particularly tough too. In fact, I would say the average gorilla is probably stronger than a big thing. But I do have some decent armor now, which means I'm not as easy to kill. So this gorilla has 42 attack and strength, 39 dex, whereas a big thing has about mid-20s. Big things just have big wind-ups and can attack a large group, which makes them dangerous. Alright, let's grab a token leather. Alright, Louis is down. What are you guys doing? Oh, there's a big thing over there eating the Garu corpse. Now, I would say that I cleared the nest myself, so that the eggs, for once, are mine. This was easier to clear than normal, just because so many people have anti-animal weapons, which increases our power, or whatever, our attack damage against them. Yeah, this is the group that never ends. Now, as you can see, really, really well-armored hivers like Ron really have not gotten hit or hurt at all in this fight. Partially because his melee defense is high. So if we check his stats here, his melee defense is 32, which means he blocks a lot. But also, when he doesn't block, he's tough. So it looks like, Louis, you have a particularly shredded leg. Oh, even Queen's arm is really damaged. She's repairing it. We'll research those blueprints that I had on me. So I believe I've taken token items from each and every one of these big things. But then there is, of course, the eggs, and I think I've earned these eggs for once. So let's take a look at everybody's movement speed. So Louis, you definitely need a camp bed and rest. Everybody go over there. Louis, stay. No, everybody stop. Just hold. I just want Louis to make it so that I know who's making it. So Louis used his up. Everybody's so eager because they all have engineering on, which is kind of annoying. Jobs are off. Does jobs off turn engineering off? It does. Good. Okay. So who else can't walk well? So Delirious is at 19. So who is not faster than 19? Saying Healy is not either. So saying Healy, you are 2 gonna camp. And I'm only gonna camp the ones that just aren't able to do decent walking, to limit the amount of camping that I've done, because I know it's not particularly the most interesting thing ever. Now I have to sort through who has carry weight, so that I can grab some big things. So Ches, you had some carry weight. Thor did not really. What about Troller? Troller did not either. Well, that's partially because his leg is bum. Ray, you have carry weight. Okay, so I have arranged some of my inventory to account for some beak eggs. So I'm going to loot them. These are worth a whole lot, and I will trade them to Red Rain. Hopefully they stack. I don't know if they stack. I don't know how much they stack. But for once, I've earned these. Killing the whole cluster of them. Alright, they stack to 5. Let's see, Red Rain, Thorns. I'm just ditching some leathers because they're just not worth as much as the eggs. Not even a little bit. So a little inventory management. I have space for the last 2. Oh boy. These sell for 4,200 apiece, so pretty pennies. Louis, I probably had you all get up too soon. Singhili, actually no. You can get up, although something's moving over here. Oh, it's a pack beast. Oh, there's a caravan then. Yes, there was a caravan. Well, I'll sell them some of my big thing eggs. Now the plan was not to sell arms and armor to the Hive anymore, just for role playing, because I don't want to be arming them because they are potential enemies in the future. But selling them a bunch of beak eggs is fine, or other junk. Alright, so they're trying to sell me a lantern. And I'm going to refuse, and then I'm going to talk to him and actually sell what I intend to trade. He just has to finish his current conversation line. Alright, there we go. Now we can actually trade, and he has a lot of money. Perfect. Now, the lanterns are honestly not that terrible. It's a mobile light source that you have in your inventory. The reason why I haven't used them yet is they weigh a lot, and you have to trade the hive for them, but doesn't mean they're necessarily bad. Okay, let's see here. I sold them all a whole stack of eggs, and I'll sell them the animal skins. Red Rain has space for a lot of the animal skins that I got rid of because of lack of space, so I'll pick those back up. Now, there's a lot of other things around the nest, like all of the other big things I killed still have all of their meat. So I'm certainly wasting a whole lot of this because I just haven't looted them cleanly. But I just don't have the inventory space, and because I have a temporary embargo against adding animals to the group until we have the main island secured, I really can't pack a whole lot. Well, hopefully we don't run into too many more big things, because that took a lot out of us. We also had to fight a gorilla. And we have a treasure trove of stuff heading back home. Very excited about this. The amount of treasure we've got. Take a quick detour. I'm going to sell more of these sort of inconsequential stuff to them. Maybe picking up some iron plates in the process. They're calling me Queenie. I'm not your queen. Oh, you know what? One thing I really want is the Hiver chain shirts. They're really, really expensive. And the blackened chain Hive shirts as well. I will also pick up the rusted ones, although I don't need to make them. Because, you know, I want to know the research anyway. So let me... Oh, I already knew those? Oh boy, I'm big and blind. Alright, so we'll resell them at a lesser value. My bad. My bad. Alright. I'm selling the animal skins because there's plenty of them to source around the base where we settled. You know, I can find things to kill for that. But I will buy their armor plating and their iron plates, and even their steel bars, because it takes a while for our guys to process steel bars. Delirious is now no longer encumbered or full of animal skins. All right, off. I think we're ready to go. And Delirious, you can start to take us home. Or you can just stand there awkwardly. There we go. Well, guys, that's about all the time I have for this episode. So, if you are a patron of mine and would like a character named after you, all you got to do is message me on Discord, and I'll tell you all the details. If you have been thinking about becoming a patron, now's the time, because there's not much of a waiting list. And with that in mind... the characters that you could be are any animal other than bone dogs that I have not yet recruited, although you'll have to wait until I reclaim the main island, which includes the animal taming mod, like, let's say, Leviathan or Beak Thing. It also includes Southern and Fog hivers. They're valid targets as well, and I don't have a long list of people that want to queue for that either. Thank you all for watching, thanks for supporting this channel, and I will catch you all later. Adios!